if we look at the indices this is the daily time frame still, the indices to me are in a position where we might see them continue to head lower. That's what I said on Monday, because we've pulled back off that low set on the 13th of October. We've pulled back against this bear market about 12%. And so far, since the start of the year, each one of these pushes higher, each one of the bullish rallies in this bear market has been about, on average, 12 to 14%. So considering the fact that we are at the average pullback point, and that we have today, if you look at Forex Factory, we have the Fed funds rate probably going up to 4%, if not 4.25, which is going to shake up markets. Then tomorrow we have GBP monetary rate, them announcing interest rate hikes to 4% as well. And then Friday we have NFP. So there's a lot of news this week that would be probably bearish. So you're at the average distance of a bullish rally. You have fundamental news that's probably going to be bearish to send you lower. Both of those together, to me, said that this would be a good week to be more short than long. Now, because I'm more short than long on US 500 and NASDAQ and US 30, that's going to create a possible short bias in Bitcoin, that we could start to see a pullback to the 21 EMA to 20,000. That wouldn't really surprise anybody. What would be more surprising is if Bitcoin decides to shoot through that 21 EMA and go right back to 19,000. That would surprise, I think, more people. But with this news coming today, this is the most important news event every single time it comes around. Every month that we have this, last month we didn't get a rate, but most months we do get a rate adjustment. Whenever there's a rate adjustment, especially for the US dollar, 2 o'clock today Eastern time, it's going to be fireworks. The market is going to be volatile. Let's just look for reference so you can see. September 21st, August, excuse me, was the month where we did not have the hike. So let's go back and look at like September 21st, July 27th, just so you can see what the market does on that day. So September 21st was right here. That bar right there. So that was the last rate hike. That's when rates went from 2.5 to 3.25, a 75 basis point hike. So that day from the open, not from the high to the low, but that day from the open to its close, we dropped about 2%. 2% down today would send us back through the 21 EMA. So if we go at the same rate hike, and it is not priced in yet, which again, that's a totally different conversation. We're not even going to go there. We could see similar movement. Let's go back and look at July. July 27th. Let's find that one. Right here. So this is July 27th. Whoops. So that's your July hike. July, we went from 1.75 to 2.5. So again, another 75 basis point hike. But on that day, markets went up. Very interesting. Now let's take a look at the previous one. June 15th, we went from 1 to 1.75, another 75 basis point hike on June 15th, which is right here. So on that day, you can see we were bullish as well. So out of the last 3 days where we've had hikes, and we could go back to May and March if we wanted to, but on the last 3 days, June 15th, July 27th, and then September 21st, out of those 3 days, only one of them is bearish, which is very interesting. So now this can bring up the question about that forecasting and reacting. If we're forecasting, we're going to say, okay, the last rate hike was 75 basis points. It sent us lower. This one's going to do the same thing. That's forecasting, right? A lot of what most people do, I think, is forecasting instead of reacting. But reacting, if we look at the last 3 hikes, 2 of them, we were bullish, even though we were at forecast. Those hikes, we expected 0.75 on this one and only 0.5 on this one. We came out above, and still market went up that day. So today, with that news coming out, the fact that we're above the 8 EMA tells me that we could see a bullish candle. We definitely could. It's definitely in the cards, but to guess which direction it's going to go is really tough, because if you look at the last 3 hikes, it's very hard to say, does this news push us up or push us down? Is it priced in or is it not priced in? Is there other factors coming into play? So on a like active trading basis, I am flat going into the news today, and I'll hopefully be able to find trades tomorrow and Friday. The 2 o'clock news today, like I said, is going to be what shakes things up. Does that pull Bitcoin down? Well, if the indices come down today, yeah, I think Bitcoin would pull lower as well. But if the indices hold higher, Bitcoin could hold this 8 EMA and continue up. So the bearish bias to start the week, Monday to Tuesday into today, was the right call. Now, with the news coming in today at 2 o'clock, the better call is to wait and react, not forecast what this news is going to do.